Guys, what's up? It's Lollybag Mike here, doing another update video. Change the setting up a little bit. I'm actually outside on my balcony. Wonder if I can show you guys the view quickly. Can I switch this camera around? Let me see. So you can. It's a nice view. Oh shit. Okay, I got that set back up. How are we all doing? So, I wanted to make this video just to talk about how changing your body changes your life. I don't really have like anything planned. I just felt inspired to make a video talking about my experience going from 28% body fat, is about 101 kilos, about 186 centimeters, so about 6'1", and I currently am about 81 kilos. A bit of that's glycogen, so we'll say really my true weight's probably about 80.3 kilos. And yeah, about 10% body fat. So a pretty big drop, right? Pretty big change. And this was over the course of about 5 months. Shout out to Tom Sergi and the Gorilla Platoon. Those are my brothers. Those are the people, and especially Tom. Definitely changed my life when it comes to just my fitness journey, and just giving me the right info and the right guidance that I needed to get myself on track and get into this shape at nearly 31 years old. I'll be 31 in about a month. I'll be 31, so this is the best shape I've been in. So I really believe, guys, like, changing your body does change your life, and I'll talk about why. I mean, look, a lot of us walk around, and I know I did before I got into this whole journey, a lot of us walk around and we don't really like who we are. A lot of dudes, 90%, are walking around 20% plus body fat. And, people will say, oh, well, it's not a big deal. Girls will say, oh, but I love a dad bod, and everyone will be kind of cute and blasé about it. But at the end of the day, a lot of those dudes, if you truly sat them down and said, what's your ideal physique, like, what do you want to look like? They're not going to say, I want to look pudgy with love handles and, a bit of extra fat around my boob area, I don't want to have man boobs, and, I don't really want to be able to see any definition in my core or my shoulders or any veins or anything like that. I don't really care. They'll fake it and say, oh, well, dudes who do that are just obsessed with their looks, blah, blah, blah. And to be fair, I probably thought the same way when I was 28% body fat. I always was like, oh, well, I'm just bulking. Like, that was what I always said to myself, I'm just bulking. It's like, no, you were just fat, and you were just using it as an excuse to just eat Maccas like 3 days, 4 days out of the week. Like, honest to God, I used to go to Maccas, which is McDonald's here, by the way. It's just Australian slang, sorry, I can't help it. Used to go to McDonald's and get the meal breakfast deal. So it was 2 sausage and egg McMuffins, and sometimes I'd double meat. And then it was 2 hash browns and a coffee frappe. And like altogether that was probably about 1,200 calories, which now on the diet I've been on this cart for the majority, that's like half my daily calories just in the morning. And I would eat so much more than that. Like, I was probably eating 4,000 calories. It's fucking crazy that I wasn't fatter than I was. But I obviously have the benefit of, added steps and whatnot. But regardless, when I was at that body fat, I probably thought the same way when I saw dudes who are in shape. I used to just cope in my head and say, well, either he's on steroids or he's on gear, or that's his life and that's all he obsesses over, and he's got no personality, and all these copes. When in reality, I respected that person, at the same time I was envious. I wanted that physique deep down. If I really was honest with myself, it's like I'd been going to the gym for 10 years. Like, I'm nearly 31. I started when I was about 20, and it was like I always was like, I should have more to show for this. Like, yeah, I have decent muscle. Yeah, in a tank top my arms look big, but when I take the shirt off, like, it's unremarkable. Like, I'm pudgy, I'm doughy, I don't have any definition in my core, regardless of whether my core is strong or not. And I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of men feel this way but aren't really honest about it, but at least me, I'll be honest about it. I wanted to be shredded, or I wanted to have a good core, I wanted to have some visible abs. I just wanted to see what my body was capable of, and I think every dude deep down does feel that way. I mean, we were programmed to be that way back in the day. People were way more shredded. I'm sure back in the bloody caveman days, you had to be. You had no choice. But that's neither here nor there. I'm pretty much just using that to illustrate the point that, like, if we're really honest, getting yourself in shape and getting abs is like, most men, if they could do it, they would do it. But the problem is you think it's too hard. You think it's hours of fasts and just eating steamed chicken and broccoli and doing like 50-minute runs every day. Man, it's not. I'm telling you, I have been on 2,400 calories pretty much for the last 20 weeks. Yeah, I have chicken breast and potato, but it's air fried. I season it. I use hot sauce. Like, I'll have a cheat day where I can eat what I want, but all I'll do is I'll just fast for the majority of the day. If I know I'm gonna, like, guys, it's really just about eating smart and eating whole foods. Prioritize whole foods. The one thing I will say, and this might be the most difficult thing if you're a person like me who you just eat all the processed shit in the supermarket, with all the added chemicals and stuff they put into it, like, you don't actually realize how much that shit fucks you up, mentally, physically, everything, with your physique, all that stuff, because it's just not real food. Not to mention, it's so calorically dense, meaning the amount of calories that are in it for the amount of food you're actually getting, it's not worth it. Like, I'll give you a small example, like 200 grams of watermelon compared to something like a bowl of chips, like, let's say potato chips from the supermarket, pick your brand. We'll even say Kettle. They're the healthier chips, and we'll even put those in there. A 25 gram serving of those is about, what, 130-ish calories? It's 130-ish calories, right? For about 200 grams of watermelon, I could be off on this, but I'm pretty sure it would be around the same amount of calories, if not less, and the volume would be so much more. You'd have like that, I don't know if you can see, but like that much watermelon probably in a bowl, whereas you'd have about that much chips, and the chips don't have any nutrients in it. Watermelon's going to give you the vitamins you need. It's going to hydrate you, and it tastes good. How do you not love watermelon? Watermelon's fucking awesome. So, you know, watermelon and pineapple. I prioritize fruits now. I'm not afraid of fruits. I'm not afraid of carbs. It's another thing, you guys, like, so many dudes just like, I have to go low carb, I have to cut my carbs. Why? You're going to be miserable. What you should be focusing on is prioritizing your training, and really, if you're prioritizing your training, you're going to need carbs for the fuel, brother. Like, if you truly are working out hard with intensity and you're not in there looking at your phone and pussyfooting at the gym, which 90% of people do, I didn't even when I was fatter and my diet was shit, I never was one to waste time on my phone. I always was in the habit, at least in the last year or two especially, of just setting rest times, doing all my workouts in the app, doing the prescribed rest times. I'm in and out in like 40 minutes. You don't need to be in the gym for any more than that if you're actually working out. And I've got muscle, like I've got some density, here, but like, you know, I'm just, like, it's to illustrate. I'm not trying to be vain here, I'm just illustrating, and I'm not completely scrawny. There is muscle here too. And I do bodyweight exercises, I do a multitude of things. The thing is that you need to be versatile, but you also need to realize that you don't need to do these crazy keto fasts and ridiculous fad diets. Like, literally, 3 simple things you could do right now that are gonna, in 6 weeks, if you consistently do this, your life will improve. Get 8 hours of sleep a night. 10,000 steps a day. Eat only whole foods and cut out all the processed shit. Do those 3 things. 6 weeks, no exceptions. And tell me that you don't feel better and that your life hasn't changed. in some meaningful way. Now, if you were to add a fourth one to that equation and work out for a minimum of 3 to 5 days a week, if you're doing 3, I would recommend a full body, and then an upper or lower split, depending on what you want to put more focus on. Usually dudes will go with upper split because we care more about the upper body. Maybe chicks will choose lower, whatever. But at least get 2 full body workouts in. But let's say you're doing 4. Whatever split, it doesn't matter. This is the thing. Realistically, any split will work as long as you're consistent with it and you're progressively overloading each session. I consistently for 4 months pretty much at the very least was adding reps to my weight, and then eventually that led to upping the weight. And I think I went from 60 on my RDLs to now doing I can do 90 kilos for reps on the Romanian deadlifts, and I started off at 60. My form's way better, and I'm lighter, and I'm lifting heavier. That's what you get from progressive overload. So, these are all things I'm just talking about. And the overarching message I want to give you guys out there is that there is easier ways to get to abs. It's achievable. The problem is most of you guys, and I understand that it's hard, but the truth is you don't want to be consistent. I'll give you an example. For the past, what am I on? It's probably day 100, I think it's day 166 now of this cut. And I have gone to the gym about 145 times in that 166 days. So I've probably gone too much. But I've been consistent, and I've been doing cardio all the times I've gone there. I have not changed my routine up. Only now, recently, in the past couple of weeks, I'm doing more body weight exercises on certain days and then just doing my normal routine on a different day. But I'm still making sure I'm doing those exercises habitually. And I have been for the past 4 or 5 months while steadily increasing the weight. This is what's led me to maintain my muscle while losing the fat. Because a lot of guys won't focus on this progressive overload. They'll cut their carbs, their gym performance will sink, they'll be on really low food, and by the time they've lost the weight, they look emaciated because they've lost muscle. They haven't maintained their muscle. They haven't been progressively overloading because they don't have the carbs or the fuel to probably do it. Very few people can do it on fasted. And to be fair, I work out fasted, and even still, I'm having carbs after to refuel and replenish. But yeah, guys that are doing this, that's why they look emaciated, because there's a difference between losing fat and losing weight. And a lot of these guys are losing weight, they're not losing actual fat. So to lose the fat and maintain the muscle, you need to be training as well. You cannot do this without training. So many people want to skip the training part and just water fast and do fasts and stuff, and it's yeah, sure, you lose the weight, but most of it's going to be water and glycogen, and yeah, a bit of fat, but a bit of muscle too, and not an amount of muscle you'd want to lose, and brother, you're going to look emaciated, you're not going to look good. Whereas if you just focused on keeping your food higher, because the problem with this too is, and I'll end this video soon, but the problem with keeping your food low is that you can't go any lower. If you start off at 25% body fat and you decide, okay, I want to lose this weight quick, I've got a wedding coming up, or I've got a vacation, like so many dudes have, and then you go, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on a 30-day water fast. What the fuck, man? You're going to go on a 30-day water fast. Cool. You're not going to train during that time. Awesome. So what are you going to do? You're just going to lose water weight and glycogen, and then yeah, a little bit of fat. But like I said, muscle too. You're going to have less of a stomach, but you're also going to have you're going to look washed out and flat. And what's the point? And more so to the point, because you've lowered your food so low, you've gone in like a 1,500 calorie deficit. Well, if you're water fasting, you've gone in let's say your maintenance is, you should be at 2,300, you've gone in an over 2,000 calorie deficit, right? Because you've done that now, when you lose this weight, as soon as you reintroduce food, you're going to gain like 10, 15 pounds in the space of a week or whatever. And then you're going to go, oh, put the weight back on, oh, fuck it. And then you're just going to feel bad. It's going to start a cycle of you just eating heaps. Because your metabolism is now absolutely shit, you're going to put on the weight so quick, and you're going to yo-yo back. Whereas if you kept your food high and focused on keeping your output higher too, 10,000 steps a day, progressive overload training 3 to 4 times a week. I'd recommend at least 4. And like I said, you're keeping your food and calories still at the 2300, but you're training, you're increasing your output, you're increasing your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. This is going to allow you to maintain your muscle. You might even be able to, and this is possible, you might even be able to gain muscle while you're still losing fat, right? And then, when you get to a point, because you eventually will, where your body adapts and you have to drop the calories, you only need to go from 2300 to 100. And all you need to do to keep the food at that level is just increase your cardio by 10 minutes or whatever. Add an extra 5,000 steps. That way you're still keeping your food relatively high. You're still maintaining good performance in the gym. And you're looking great. You're maintaining your muscle. You're looking way better than the dude who cut all those calories. So like, this is just like, yeah. So many dudes are fucking their metabolism doing this stuff. And in the long term, it's not sustainable. This is why so many people yo-yo back. They always wait for a wedding. They always wait for a vacation, and then they just go straight back. And what's the point? You put in all that hard work over whatever time period, or you put in all that willpower to just do some crazy water fast, which not even I would do, and I consider myself fairly disciplined. For what, man? But like, these are little tips, because like I said, overarching message is you change your body, you change your life. I've learned all this stuff doing this for the last 5 months, so I want to start sharing it with you guys. And if anyone needs any help, or you're stuck on what to do, message me. I'm always happy to help. But fellas, Lena's Law, change your body, change your life. Get on the body game. I don't really want to say body game, but I mean, I guess in a sense, yeah, body game. But not in the sense of picking chicks up. I just mean the art of transforming your body, because your mental changes. You want more for yourself. I'll make another video talking about how changing your body changes your mental. It's not a bad idea, actually. That'll be my next video. How changing your body changes your mentality. But for now, I just want to say, change your body, change your life. Okay? And listen to the tips in this video. They will really help. Like I said, you can start with those 3 things I mentioned. 10,000 steps, 8 hours of sleep a day, and what was the other one? Prioritize whole foods and cut processed shit out of the diet. When you're in the supermarket, stick around the edges. Like, you can make so many delicious whole foods. Like, I've started making my own garlic bread. You can have sourdough bread. I have sourdough bread, eggs, meat, beef, chicken, fruits. And if I do have a cheat day, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting sushi. I'm getting a nice proper cake that's at an actual bakery. I'm not getting shit that I bought that's made in a factory somewhere. I'm getting real ingredients, full butter, cream. These things are okay in moderation, as long as you're still keeping your output high, which I always do. This is a lifestyle change, guys. It's not a quick fad diet, and then what's the point of that? Then you're going to yo-yo back. No, you want this to be sustainable. And yeah, if you want to change your body and change your life, you want it to be a sustainable change. So it's a sustainable life, so it's a long-term benefit to you and the people around you. But that's all I got. I'm actually going to go eat something now and enjoy the rest of my night. And yeah, so like I said, next video I'll do a video on how changing your body changes your mentality. But for now, I'm signing out. Wally Bag Mike out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.